less safe with the UK leaving the European Union?
No, I don't think so. I think the Brexit vote could in fact have some very positive national security side effects, not only for the UK and Europe, but potentially for the United States. So we know that we've had a decades-long special relationship with London. I think that will be reinforced. Even President Obama today was explicit that that will be maintained. But I think the Brexit vote is really at its core a attack against political correctness, against faceless bureaucrats centralizing in some utopian dream. And it's that kind of political correctness that's made America so unsafe in the last 7.5 years. Look at what happened after Orlando, the Attorney General saying, you know, this is not about jihad or terrorism. I'm going to redact the transcripts of what the attacker said to the 911 dispatchers. All we need is love to defeat the jihadis. That's political correctness. Britain has stood up to that political correctness, and that's good for everybody, America included.
Now, one of the issues I think that's been cited is the refugee program. So we know that
Yes.
Germany is allowing somewhere around 1 million refugees to come in. People across the European Union saying, I'm not sure I want that free and easy access of those refugees that come in through Germany to enter any one of the 28, now 27 countries in the European Union.
Yeah, Eric, this is hugely important. I think fundamentally the Brexit issue was about sovereignty and nationhood, but I think the last nail in the coffin that made the Brexit Leave campaign win was the migrant issue. Think about just one fact. After the 2 Paris attacks and then the Brussels atrocity, we found out that the jihadis had exploited the migrant movement. They'd used a falsified Syrian passport, and in fact they had won refugee status on the European continent before they executed the attack. That's just suicidal. The idea that you open your gates, you open your borders, and everything's going to be fine. ISIS has said, we will exploit the migrant influx, and they have, Eric.
Now, does this empower the United Kingdom to maybe go a little bit tougher against the war on Islamic terror? In other words, there are some people who say they've been very easy. They say the French have been easy on the neighborhoods. They haven't policed neighborhoods to the extent they may have policed other neighborhoods, the Islamic neighborhoods. Does this change that dynamic at all?
I think it could. I think you're hitting something very interesting. We have areas like Bradford that are almost Sharia compliant or very difficult to police, or especially to get human intelligence resources into. We have all the no-go areas in France. I think if we see this as a reassertion of sovereignty and that national security is more important than what some guy in Brussels says, then I think we may see a more, let's say, more robust attitude to these areas, and there will not be places like the no-go haven where, remember, the Paris attacker hid in Brussels, in the capital, if you will, of the EU for 4 months before he was caught. That kind of thing may be difficult to maintain in the future after Brexit.
If we only have about half a minute or so, Dr. Gorka, if in fact other countries in the European Union pull out, exit the union, will that, I don't know, hurt us in our ability to share intel with Europe? There's a lot of terror activity, a lot of terror cells going on, as you point out, in Brussels, in France, and even in England.
It's a function of politics. I've worked very closely with the FBI. I'm familiar with the European security services. The operators get it. The guys on the ground, the pavement pounders, they understand the threat. The question is, will their political leaders allow them to cooperate as they should, or are they going to maintain some kind of political correctness? We can collaborate as well as we need to. The question is, will the political leaders wake up and allow the operators to do so, Eric?
All right, we're going to have to leave it right there, Sebastian. Thank you very much.